Shalom. First and foremost, I want to start off by giving all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Marakah Kodash, and double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone of well. Peace and blessings and salutation to the hopeful elect, the Bayah, Dawadah, the house of David. All right. So I just wanted to get my little take on this thing with Doink the Clown and Bozo the Clown. All right, aka Ren and Stimpy. All right, I just wanted to give my synopsis, my intake on these two clowns, man. Doink the Clown and Bozo the Clown, aka Ren and Stimpy, man. All right, you see. First of all, let's go to the word salvation, man. All right. Let's turn this up here. Let's go to the word salvation. All right. Let's go read it. So the word salvation, right? So it says, the saving of the soul, deliverance from the power of sin and admission to eternal bliss, right? And our eternal bliss is the what? Kingdom of heaven. That's going to be our eternal bliss, man. Right? It says protection or preservation from destruction, danger, or calamity, etc. Right? Source, cause, or means of salvation. A preserver or a defender. Right? See? So with these two morons right here, Ren and Stimpy, Doink the Clown, and Bozo the Clown, are saying that the other nations, the heathen, can receive salvation, man. All right? And then they try to bring out the points of, well, you see Rahab, Rahab, Ruth, all these two guys right here, man, they took the bag. Somewhere along the line, man, when you're singing a whole different tune, right? That's like when you get in the car, right? All right, and you put your favorite song on that you like, or let's just say you put your favorite song on that somebody like, right? And they in the car and they start going in and singing along with the words, but at the same time they fucking the words up, man. Excuse my French. They effing the words up, man. All right? And that's what these guys is doing right here. They're taking a beautiful song that Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai have gave us and say, okay, well, the heathens, the natural Gentiles, the heathens can make it on the ships with the elect, man. These two guys are through, man. Through. Done. And then you got Bozo the Clown over here, Priest Hakah, right? Teaching with a damn hat on his head, man. All right? And then you got Hassad saying that, over here saying that, I never really believed, the spirit of the Lord was never really with you. The spirit of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai was never really with you, man. And first of all, going back to even Sakari when they was talking about, all right, when he was been coming up against Paul, right? I'm throwing out a few things. When he was coming up against Apostle Paul, right? Even back then, we're talking about the book of Hebrews is not a part of the scripts. Going off, following their leader, Pegatron, man, aka Pegathon. All right, and we know who that is. Okay. So these two, Ren and Stimpy, all right, going off on the doctrine, man, because they had took that bagiola, man. Okay, all right, they dingled the bag out there. They said, what was that commercial? Oh man, when they with the commercial where they dingled the dollar out. Right? He said, ooh, you gotta be quicker than that. They went for the bag, man. They went on ahead, took the bag, man. All right, because they're teaching things that ought not to be taught. You see, and they're gonna come on, and they're gonna come with even more madness, man. This is only the beginning of the madness. There's gonna be more madness that insinuates, man, from this right here. Because this right here is just nothing but some straight BS, man. This is nothing but madness. This is filth. This is putrid, man. All right, let's go to the word putrid. All right, let's show you real quick with the word putrid. Okay. All right, putrid, right? It says rotten, crumbling, rot, stink, right? And all this stinks right here. What they speaking about this stink. I can't even stomach watching the video, man. You know? Because it's just garbage, man. All right, now let's go into the definition here on the Google, right? So let's put putrid. All right, putrid, right? It says decayed, rotting, decaying, rotten, bad, off, and that's what they are, off. You know, they off. It's rotten. Whatever they teach, that is rotten. Don't follow them guys, man. Because they're going to continue to keep going left field. They're going to continue to keep going super left field. Because the spirit of Yahweh B'Ashem Yahushua is not with them. You can examine and see, right? You got guys over there wearing hats. And you got all these other camps out here as well, man. I'm not just jumping on them. I'm gonna jump on a few other of these guys. We got believers of the way. They out there crying with all that effeminate energy, man. Can't we all just get along? No, we ain't all just get along, man. You going off on the doctrine, we gonna let your ass know you going off on the doctrine. All right? And it's simple and plain. Okay? The song was made to be sung the correct way, and only the elect is going to sing the song the correct way. All right? What is it? Believers of the way. You got ISUPK going off talking about John the Baptist is not a man of the Lord. They brought that up. That spun back in the world again. All right? You got IUIC over there calling United in Christ, man. And all these other camps out here talking about the name of Christ. Christ this, Christ that, but nothing to do with Yahushua. Nothing spoke about anything to do with Yahushua. Nothing spoken about anything to do with the mark of the beast. Nothing spoken about anything with Yahushua coming back to obliterate our enemies and put them underneath our feet and set the kingdom here on earth. It ain't got nothing to do about that. But all these other camps out here crying about some bullshit and madness, man. And putting up false doctrines. All right? Nothing but straight false doctrine. You can tell who really has the truth and you can tell who doesn't have the truth. You can tell who the spirit of Yahweh B'Ashem Yahushua is dealing with, and you can tell who he's not. All right? In the middle of great millstone is who is being is the truth right there is 100%. All right, 100% right there. That's like when you go and charge up a battery, right? You got a phone, you go and charge up the battery, right? You at 33%. That ain't enough. That you ain't got all of it. You at 45%, 55%, 65%. But you ain't got all the truth. 85%. You ain't got all the truth. It's 100% truth. The scriptures speak about is in what is it? I think it's 1 John, the 2nd chapter, the 20th verse, where it speaks about if ye have an unction of the Holy One, that ye know all things. That Holy One right there is Yahushua. So what did Yahushua say? If any man, I will come and sup with them. Right? He's not supping with them, man. He's not supping with these other guys out here, man. All right, these many different other Israelite camps. who are not teaching 100% truth, who don't have 100% truth. It just ain't got it, baby. He ain't got it. All right? Okay? So the shit that they teaching is putrid. All right? It stinks. All right? Okay? All right, let's get up out of there, man. Let's go into a few scriptures, man. Because this right here, this is just, oh, man. Oh, man, this ain't it. This ain't it. This ain't it, Ren and Stimpy. This ain't it. Doink the Clown and Bozo the Clown, man. These two numbskulls right here, man. Okay? And then you call yourself leaders and teachers, but you sending them astray. You sending your flock astray, leading them to the slaughter, man. You're leading your flock right along to the slaughter. To be set up. You don't even teach the mark of the beast, man. They don't teach the mark of the beast, man. Alright? And then they got the nerve to set up and put cash apps all over. They all about money. It's all about sensationalism with these dudes, man. Alright? They all about selling the truth. The scriptures say buy the truth and sell it not, man. Alright? You see? Let's go into a few scriptures, man. Let's get some scripture work, man. You know? Let's get some scripture work on these guys, man. And let's go here and just address some points, man, about who, first and foremost, who Yahushua is dealing with, man. It's starting really with the elect 144,000, man. Alright, so this is Psalms 147 and 19. Let's go there. It says, He showeth his word unto Jacob. Did he show his word unto all the nations? Hell no. He said he showeth his word unto Jacob, Ren and Stimpy. He showeth his word unto Jacob. His statutes and his judgments unto Israel. Yasha Allah. He have not dealt so with any nation. And as for his judgments, they have not known them. Praise ye the Lord. The other nations, they don't know none of the Lord's judgments. They don't know none of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh's judgments. None of it. He ain't dealt with them. Alright? So no, they cannot make it. No, they will not be saved. No, they will not be getting on the ships, on the chariots. No, they will not. But they will be brought in chains. Alright? And they will be getting their backs whipped. They will be getting taught the law. Alright? We will be ruling with a vigorous and rigorous, harsh, right? With the law, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Alright? Ruling the earth and government, ruling the earth with an iron fist, man. Alright? But everybody on the earth is going to live. They're going to flourish. It's not going to be here. Alright? That's simply what that's saying. They're not coming in there and being joint rulers with us, man. Oh, well, see, we got an Edomite over here today, brother. He putting on his crown. No, you damn numbskull. Ain't gonna be no damn Edomites in the kingdom wearing no crowns. Ain't gonna be no other nations in the kingdom wearing no crowns. Sitting on thrones. The only ones that's gonna be sitting on thrones is Israelites. First and foremost, okay? You know? Let me get Isaiah, the 40th chapter. Isaiah, the 40th chapter. That's what the Lord think about the other nations, man. Alright? This is what he thinks about them, alright? So this is Isaiah 40 and 15. It says, Behold, the nations are as a drop of a bucket. Right. Behold, the nations are as a drop of a bucket. And are as counted as a small dust of the balance. As counted as a small dust of the balance. You hear that? You hear that, Ren and Stimpy? Right? You hear that, Bozo the Clown and Doink the Clown? He taketh up the isles as a very little thing. As Lebanon is not sufficient to burn, nor the beast thereof sufficient for a burnt offering. All nations before him are as, or it says, all nations before him are as nothing. What? Let's read it one more time. Let's slow it down for you, just in case you missed it at the beginning. All nations before him are as nothing, as plain. It says, and they are counted to him less. What does the word less mean? Less. Meaning pretty much insignificant. Alright? Less than nothing. And then he added, and then at the end it says less, and it says nothing. Less than nothing. And vanity. Wow, and vanity, the Lord said. Look at that. Alright? So the Lord don't give a damn about the other nations. Okay? Because they all going to bow down, they're going to praise Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai in the kingdom. Alright? And that's simple and plain. Alright? The law, statutes, and commandments will be on the earth, on the king, because the kingdom of heaven is going to be on earth. It's not going to be in some damn sky somewhere floating. It's going to be here on earth. Alright? Like them goddamn Christians like to say. It's gonna be the kingdom of heaven is gonna be up floating in the sky. Stupid man. Alright. Let me go to second Ezra's. Second Ezra's, let's go to the 6th chapter. Let's go to the 6th chapter and let's go to the 56th verse. Alright? Matter of fact, let's go to the 54th verse. It says, and after these Adam also, whom thou madest Lord over all thy creatures, of him come we all, and the people also whom thou hast chosen. Who's Deuteronomy 7 and 6. Alright? Okay, it says, all this have I spoken before thee, O Yahweh, Bashem Yahweh Shai, because thou madest the world for our sakes. Who? For the Israelites' sakes. Right? Okay? Because we are going to be gods on the earth. Alright? It says, as for the other people which also come of Adam, thou hast said that they are nothing. Right? Thou hast said that they are nothing, but be like unto spittle, right? When you spit on the floor, you're not looking, or when you spit on the ground, you're not looking back to go and pick that spit up off the ground and put it back up in your mouth, man. It's going to stay right there where it is because it was meant to go there. All right? It says it has likened the abundance of them unto a drop that falleth from a vessel, right? When some water fall up out of a bucket, you're not looking to go and try to replenish that water from off the ground. Come on, man. All right. It says, and now, O Yahweh, behold, these heathen, right? The heathen, which have ever been reputed as nothing, have begun to be lords over us and to devour us. So what we gonna do to them? We gonna break them with a rod of iron. Right? We're gonna break them with a rod of iron, man. Okay? You mean to tell me that the Rothschilds and Rockefeller, you mean to tell me that all these, the higher up, the super elite is gonna be in the kingdom and they're gonna just be sitting there relaxing, chilling, sitting back, all right? Hey, you know, like, today is a beautiful day. We running this thing, right? We looking over Ham and Moab. We. There ain't no we in this thing. All right? Okay? It's us, the nation of Israel, starting with the elect first, the first fruits. All right? You see? All right? So let's go here first Titus. Let me get Titus, Salakia. Let me get Titus. Titus 1 and verse number, let's go down to verse number 10. Salakia, it says, "For there are many unruly and vain talkers and deceivers, especially of the circumcision," right? And that's what they call themselves, of the circumcision, right? And they are deceivers and vain talkers, right? You see, whose mouths must be stopped, who subvert whole houses, teaching things that they ought not for filthy lucre's sake. And that's what they do. It's all about filthy lucre for them, man. It's all about money. They took the bag, right? Now, can I prove that? No, I can't. But in the way of their teachings, their deeds, their actions, the things that they're showing forth, it gives a slight inkling of you have went off on to the dark side, all right? You see? So it says, teaching things which they ought not for filthy lucre's sake. One of themselves, even a prophet of their own, said that the Syrians, right, are always liars, evil beasts, and slow bellies. All right? It says, this witness is true, wherefore rebuke them sharply, that they may be sound in the faith, and not giving, that they may be sound in the faith, right? And not giving heed to Jewish fables and commandments of men that turn from the truth. And that's where they are. They turning from the truth, right? Because they oh, listen, don't teach that no more. That's kind of like a 501c3 charter, where you start chipping away, right? That's that Christianity with a Hebrew twist. All right, Christianity doctrine with a Hebrew twist. 501c3 charter suppression, all right? Getting paid off on the back end to keep hush-hush, all right? You see? We keeping eyes on you. You better not be teaching about, don't teach in that name. Don't teach that name, Yahushua, right? Don't be teaching about the Israelites that's going to say, you got to teach all nations going to make it. They all in there. All right? That's what they saying. You see? So don't be following these clowns, man. Don't be following Ren and Stimpy. All right? Doink the clown, Bozo the clown. Follow them guys. You fall. It says, if the blind lead the blind, then they both shall fall into a ditch. Right? So Stimpy is following Ren. Both of them niggas gonna fall right into a ditch. They falling into a ditch together. Done up, through. Done all the way up, finished. All right? It says, unto the pure all things are pure, but unto them that are defiled and unbelieving is nothing pure, but even their mind and conscience is defiled. They profess that they know Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, but in their works they deny him, being abominable and disobedient, and unto every good work reprobate. Reprobate silver. Alright? You see? Reprobate silver. Let me get Romans 16 real quick. Let me get Romans 16. Romans 16 and verse number 17. 17, Salakia. It says, now I beseech you, I beg you, brethren, mark them which cause divisions and offenses. Right? The mark right there meaning scopeo, meaning to put the eye, keep an eye on them, watch them closely. Mark them which cause divisions and offenses, contrary to the doctrine, right, which ye have learned, and avoid them. Right? Avoid them. For they that are such serve not our Lord Yahushua the Hamashiach, but their own belly, right? And by good words and fair speeches deceive the hearts of the simple. And a lot of simple-minded jakes is gonna go run with this, man. They're gonna go run with that, sit down and see they teaching. See, Vocab Malone is licking his chops at this thing, because Vocab Malone is a damn devil. That's a devil right there. All right? That's a devil. Real slick, sly, slithery tongue. Devil. All right? And you see, they fell right into the devil's conundrum. All right, right into the devil's trap. Like, I don't know if you ever watched that movie Saw. That you know how he set up them traps. That's how that devil did for the Ren and Stimpy. And they thrusted their way on in there, talking about they want to go and have a debate with damn Captain Tazariak about if the heathen can be saved. Come on, man. Come on, man. All right? Come on, man. That's a waste of time. Waste of damn time, man. All right? So let me get 2 Corinthians. 2 Corinthians, the 11th chapter, and the 13th verse. Right? It says, for such are false apostles, deceitful workers, transforming themselves into apostles of the Hamashiach, Yahushua, right? And that's what they are. They don't profess to worship Yahushua, man, or give Yahushua reverence, man. They don't give Yahushua no reverence, man. Two disrespectful bubblehead niggas, man. They don't give no reverence to Yahushua at all, man. Well, you see, you ain't gotta worship Yahushua, man. Because with Pegatron, all right, because of what they learned from Pegatron, man. All right. Almighty Peg. You see? So let's continue on. Where we at? Let me get Ephesians. Let me get Ephesians real quick. Ephesians, the 4th chapter and the 14th verse. And it says, oh, wow, you know what? Hey, let me read the 13th verse. It says, till we all come into the unity of the faith and in knowledge of the Son of Yahweh, unto perfect man, into the measure of the stature of the fullness of the Hamashiach Yahushua. It says that we henceforth be no more children, tossed to and fro and carried about with every wind of doctrine by the sleight of men and cunning craftiness, whereby they lie in wait to deceive. All right? It says, but speaking the truth in love, may grow up in him in all things, which is the head even of the Hamashiach. There you go. All right. So let me get 1 Timothy. 1 Timothy, the 6th chapter, and the 3rd verse. It says, if any man teach otherwise and consent not to wholesome words, right? What is wholesome words? Right? Let's go into wholesome words. And these two dingbats right here don't have wholesome words, man. Their words are not wholesome. To be sound, to be well, to be in good health, right? Because what they teaching, that's madness. That's putrid. That's not good health. That's not sound. That's going off. That's going left field off. That's going to the dark side. That's saying that your enemies that you taking, oh, well, you know what, we're going to make a pact with our enemies, that they can stand fast and stand tall in the kingdom with us and be joint rulers with us. But henceforth in this kingdom right here with Esau, Edom, how they had a consent and they were confederate together according to Psalms the 83rd chapter. That was confederate against us, right? That they're gonna be chilling in the kingdom and we not gonna whoop their ass, but they did all types of abominations and did all types of things to us and whooped our ass over here in this kingdom, but we ain't gonna have a payback or a recompense over in ours, man. But ruling it in righteousness with the governing statutes and laws and commandments of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. What, you lost your damn mind? You two picklehead niggas is going off, man. Alright? Going super left field off, man. Alright? You know, pardon me, brothers. I'm just a little aggravated, man. I'm just a little upset, and as you should be, man. Okay? All right? You're gonna turn something that's near and dear to us into giving it to other nations who are enemies of us. You're trying to invite enemies into a marriage, right? That's a personal marriage between us, Yahweh Shai, and the Most High. The elect, first and foremost, the first fruits. You niggas is crazy, man. Bugged out. Done up. Through. Alright? It says sound, to be sound, be whole, wholesome, and be in health, safe, and safety. It says to have sound health, i.e. be well in body, figuratively to be uncorrupt, true in doctrine, be in health, be safe and sound, be wholesome. Right? Okay? It says every words of the Lord Yahweh Shai the Hamashiach, and to be in a doctrine which is according to godliness. He is proud, knowing nothing, but doting about questions, strifes, and words thereof, wherefore cometh envy, strife, railings, and evil surmisings. Right? It says perverse disputings of men and corrupt minds and destitute of the truth, supposing that gain is godliness. And that's what they talking about. Gain. That's what they want. It's all about filling their belly. For such withdraw thyself. Right? For such withdraw thyself. See? Alright. Let me get 2 Timothy. Third chapter and the 13th verse. Try to get through these scriptures as quick as possible. It says, but evil men and seducers shall wax worse and worse, and that's them deceiving and being deceived. Right? 2 Timothy 2 Timothy, the 4th chapter and the 14th verse. Oh, Salakia, the 4th verse. Yup, the 4th verse. Actually, we start up here at the 3rd verse. It says, for the time will come when they will not endure sound doctrine, but after their own lust shall they heap to themselves teachers having itching ears. And it says, and they shall turn away their ears from the truth, and shall be turned unto fables. All right. See. So let me get Galatians 1. Galatians 1 and verse number 6. It says, I marvel that ye are so soon removed from him that called you into the grace of Yahweh, of the Hamashiach, unto another gospel, Yahweh Shai, right? It says, which is not another, but there be some that trouble you, right? And would pervert the gospel of the Hamashiach, Yahweh Shai. What does it mean to pervert? When you pervert something, right? Where is it? When you pervert something, right?
Strong's G 3344, metastrepho. Thayer's Lexicon, related entry, metatrepo.
Right, to turn around, right? To turn, pervert, right? To transmute, or to figuratively corrupt or pervert, to turn, right? Turn across, i.e. transmute. See? So now let me go back to the 8th verse. All right, let's finish off the 8th. Let's go to the 8th verse. It says, but though we are, or an angel from heaven preach another gospel, preach any other gospel unto you than which we have preached unto you, let him be accursed. Right. Isaiah 56 and 11. Let's go there. Isaiah 56 and 11. It says, yeah, they are greedy dogs. Right. And these two these two are greedy dogs. It says, which can never have enough. And they are shepherds, right? They're supposed to be leaders, right? They're supposed to be leaders in feeding a flock that cannot understand, right? And they don't understand. All right? They've been really not understanding. Be honest with you, man. It says it because they're really not of the elect. They're not predestinated, man. They're not of the elect. It says, and they look to their own way, every one for his gain, for his quarter. Right? For his quarter. There you go. Let me get Ezekiel. Ezekiel, the 13th chapter. Ezekiel, the 13th chapter, the 19th verse. It says, and I will ye. It says, and will ye pollute me? Right, and will ye pollute me? It says, among my people, for hands full and barley and pieces of bread, to slay the souls that should not die, to save the souls alive that should not live, by lying to my people that hear your lies. That's them two. That's these two.